Way up to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Hey, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Happy Friday. My girl Somya is here.
How are you?
Fashion killer.
What's going on?
I like the fit today.
Thank you. Sweater weather.
You'll be
cozy right now.
hosting today. I really particularly wanted you on a Friday because new music comes out on Friday. And I said we need Somya here on a Friday because you are a music journalist.
Yes.
And so you have...
Or a hater, depending on who you ask. Yeah.
But also not afraid to say what you really think.
Yeah.
With some research to back it up.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
So we'll be doing that today because Young Thug is a free man, and so I know you have a lot to say about that.
Free Jeffrey. There was a lot of ups and downs. I watched everything with the prosecution, defense, and finally the judgment. It was like a soap opera. I was on the edge of my seat watching this.
The longest trial in the history of Georgia.
In the history of Georgia. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack.
All right. Well, in the meantime, the election, the final day to vote is also coming up on Tuesday, November 5th.
I'm so excited.
So today we have Jasiri X and Dr. Yusef Salaam joining us. You know him from the Exonerated 5. So we'll be talking to them today about black men and voting. All right. Well, let's get it started with Shine a Light. Spread some love, spread some positivity. 800-292-5150. And this is a nice little sweet song to get us started with.
I love it.
It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guest host, Somya Krishnamurthy. I said that right?
You said it right.
I know that's right. All right. So, Somya, who do you want to shine a light on?
Well, we are on the eve of an important election, so I want to shine a light on Jennifer Lopez. So Jennifer Lopez, she was in Las Vegas, and that is a city she knows very well. And she said, look, I have been on stages around the world. This is the most important stage. And she brought Puerto Ricans together, people from the Latin community together, and said, this is an important election. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm an actress. And in Hollywood, I like when the good guy, or in this case, the good girl, gets their happy ending. And she encouraged everyone to vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, she said every Latino in this country was offended by Trump's Madison Square Garden rally.
Absolutely.
That rally did not help him the way that he thought it would. And the fact that he will not even denounce what was said and will say, well, I didn't know him, and you know, it's jokes, and there was a lot of people saying things and X, Y, and Z.
I think this is the October surprise, right? Everyone thought that something crazy was going to happen, and it was this bomb drop from this comedian.
All right. Well, thank you to him.
Yes, and thank you to Jenny from the block doing good work all around the world.
All right. Well, who do you guys want to spread some love to? Who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150. Devin, who do you want to shine a light on?
I wanted to shine a light on my girlfriend. Her name is Loving. She is a lead residential tech at Hackensack Hospital.
Okay.
That works with kids that's troubled with abuse and drug addiction and stuff like that. And she loves them and she loves her job. And she is a great person. I just wanted to shine a light on her because she is phenomenal.
Okay, I love it, and I love your energy. You came in here today like, bang, let me shine a light on my...
I've been trying to call every day, Angela. I try to call every day, but I'm just not lucky. Today's my lucky day, though.
Well, people who had the opportunity to work with her are indeed blessed because she loves what she does. And,
they are.
And truly wants to help people. So thank you, Devin, for shining a light on her.
No, thank you for allowing me this privilege, and you guys have a great day.
All right, you too. That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could leave a message. And when we come back, oh my gosh, Somya is here today. She's a music journalist, an expert, dare I say. And we'll talk about Young Thug, and he is being released from jail. We'll give you the details that we know so far. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and music journalist Somya Krishnamurthy is here with me.
How are you?
Man, listen, how are you today? A lot of people are excited that Young Thug is set to be released from jail.
Insane.
He has been sentenced to time served after accepting a plea deal in this YSL RICO case. Now, there was a live stream clip shared to X, aka Twitter, less than 2 hours after the plea was entered. So essentially, he has 40 years that he has to serve, and and the first 5 are in prison but commuted to the time that he's already served, followed by 15 years on probation. Then it's a backloaded 20 years.
I like to say he's out, but he's not really a free man. At any point, if he does something against this probation, they're going to throw the book at him.
Yeah, 20 years.
That's
He'll end
a
up
lot
having
for a
to
young
serve.
man.
And he's
Yeah.
also banned from Metro Atlanta. He has to do 4 presentations or concerts a year against gang violence. He can travel for work or to make music, but no contact with gang members or co-defendants. And he cannot promote gangs in any way. Now, one person who is really excited that he's home, of course, is Mariah the Scientist. She's been going to visit him. She posted, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God. This is more than what we prayed for." Here she is on stage.
I just want to thank God for the day. I want to thank you for Jeff and our relationship. I want to thank you for covering us with the blood of Jesus, protecting us, keeping us safe every day. All you motherfuckers who doubted me and doubted me and said this nigga was never coming back, all y'all. Let's just make it to the end so I can get on this jet.
So get on this jet.
That is a ride or die, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't have to go for too long because it could have been way worse.
It's tricky, though, because they've been together with him away longer than when he was out. And I don't know. I think he's going to come home a changed man. And will she love this Jeffrey as much as the old Jeffrey?
But she has been talking to him nonstop.
It's different when you're out, Angela.
It is different because we've seen Love After Lockup.
Yeah, and there's no love. Spoiler alert, it is no love after lockup.
Now, like we said, no contact with gang members or co-defendants, but he can talk to his brother and Gunna. Now, here is his attorney asking for that contact.
Williams have no contact with any of the co-defendants in this indictment, with the exception of Mr. Quantavious Greer, that is his biological brother, as well as Mr. Sergio Kitchens, known as Gunna. Mr. Williams and Mr. Kitchens are contractually obligated, and they frequently perform music together.
All right, so it looks like they'll be doing some music together. That is his
the
artist.
$1 million question. We are waiting to see Thug, Gunna reunited. A lot of people felt there's bad blood between them, especially after Gunna took his plea. So this is him, I think, making a really big statement that whether it's business or not, we still don't know what their relationship is personally, but you're going to see, I think,
I saw a lot of memes.
Thug are back together.
A lot of memes of them saying, "Oh, here's Gunna showing all the people who turned their back on him to Thug." They would, So we'll see what happens with that. Now, Kevin Liles also put out a statement. "Words can express the incredible happiness and relief I feel to learn of Jeffrey's freedom. There will be a time to discuss the criminalization of hip-hop lyrics and the use of bond denial as a weapon against defendants. But in this moment, everyone should feel nothing but joy that this amazing artist and even better man can hug his children, parents, siblings, and other loved ones tonight." Now, Young Thug had the opportunity to speak in court, and here's what he said.
"I take full responsibility for my crimes or my charges. I am a smart guy. I am a good guy, and I really got a good heart. I find myself in a lot of stuff because I was just nice or cool. I know the choice is yours. It's up to you, and I hope that you allow me to go home today and trust in me to just do the right thing."
He also said he's a changed man. He's learned a lot these past 2 years, and he has no problem doing concerts, for community service and all of the things.
It's going to be hard, though, because we just said he can't promote gangs in any way. What is he going to perform? I mean, so much of his music. Okay, there's one song. I just think he's going to go do a gospel album. I feel like it's going to be a Kirk Franklin moment. Truly humble under God. I think we're going to see a Lecrae. I think one thing about Thug is he's going to have to do a total 180, and that's the question. He is a free man. Are you willing to be a completely different person?
Well, I think he's smart enough to know he has to, right? Well, that is your YT. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. And in honor of Young Thug, here is Lifestyle featuring him. And rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My girl Somya is here with me today. And about last night, what did you do last night?
What did I do last night? I watched the new Megan Thee Stallion documentary.
Oh, you were telling me.
Yes.
Okay. And what
in
did
her
you
words?
What did you think of it?
Everyone is talking about the fact that she admitted that she did, have relations with Tory Lanez twice. She did say that.
Once, maybe twice.
Once, maybe twice. But, I think if you're a fan, you're going to love it. And otherwise, I think it just shows how alone she felt, how sad, how grieving. So I do think it's worth a watch.
I've been saying since her mother passed that it felt like she had never really had time to just be like, okay, let me pull it together. She just kept going. Then this happened. So I'm definitely going to make sure I watch that full thing. Shout out to Neka, who actually directed that. She did Lizzo's series as well on Prime.
It was Time Studios and Rock Nation,
Well, yesterday I was watching because it was Halloween.
Yes, it was.
By the way, bought all this candy. Not one kid came to the house.
There's so much candy right now on this desk. I don't know if you can see. I'm like, Angela, that is a lot of candy. I gotta make sure we have some candy just in case. But my neighbor 2 doors down, she had a Halloween party. So I stopped by there real fast. And then... But you're the house that the kids are kind of scared to go to?
I don't think, I'm going to say this, I don't think kids trick or treat like that in Brooklyn. I know growing up, I wasn't allowed to trick or treat. You could go to like 2 people's houses who you knew. But you can't just
a lot of razor blades and apples.
That was the rumor, right? Yeah. And so you don't just go ring random people's doorbells. So I guess, if you don't, and then they are still doing construction on my house. So maybe it looks like no one lives there. I don't know.
Or you just scare the kids. It's okay.
Yeah.
You've become the neighborhood.
We turn the lights
lady.
off. But I have all this candy. But anyway, the other thing I did since it was Halloween, I watched Terrifier yesterday on Peacock. And so Terrifier 3 is out right now. And I was like, okay, I need to watch 1 and 2 in order to watch 3. And the clown rang the NASDAQ bell for Halloween. Did you guys know that? From Terrifier, the clown rang the NASDAQ bell.
So he's a capitalist too, is that what you're saying? That's the real scare. Capitalism. Yeah.
But that movie actually did amazing in the box office, part 3. And it's
people love those movies. Like they love those like low budget scary movies.
Yeah, they said it was...
The lower the budget, the better.
It was really long, and it still earned over $55 million in the first 3 weeks of its release.
That's why he was ringing the bell, because he's rich now.
Yeah,
he's in the 1%.
Definitely rich. But I was like, I've never seen it, so I want to see what all the hoopla is.
Was it scary?
And you know what? The first one, it was more gory than anything. Mm-hmm. I do love the way that it started with the talk show. So if you haven't seen it, go and take a look at that. But I'm just gearing up to get ready for part 3 so I could watch part 1. I'm going to watch part 2 this weekend, and that way I can go see part 3. But it's, I think, the highest grossing unrated movie in the box office. Yeah. All right. Well, we want to know what your secrets are since, it is time for Tell Us a Secret on a Friday. Oh man, Soumya, I know you got some.
I hope it's spicy. Come on, I've heard about this segment.
You've seen it
I've seen it on social media. So give me the A+ stuff. I want the unrated, the uncut.
You got to impress my friend. Okay, you guys got to impress Soumya with your secrets today. It's no judgment. You are anonymous. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Tell us a secret. One thing we don't want to hear about is a crime, though. I will continue to reiterate that. Somebody called up here.
No self-snitching, guys. Yes. No self-snitching.
800-292-5150. Call us up and tell us a secret.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
Ooh, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My girl Soumya Krishnamurthy's here with me today. You guys heard Snoop and Dr. Dre featuring Jhené Aiko. Gorgeous.
I liked it.
You feel gorgeous?
A little bit.
On this Friday?
It's from the album Missionary. Remember, we started with Doggy Style, and now we're taking it to the Missionary era.
What's after that?
Upside down.
Cowgirl?
Probably reverse, maybe. That'll be the deluxe edition.
All right. Well, again, this all goes in line with what we're talking about right now. Tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. It's a Friday. Soumya's here, guest hosting, so we got to impress her with your dirty little secrets. All right. 800-292-5150. Anonymous caller, what's your secret?
My secret is that I'm dealing with 2 friends, and they've been friends since they were kids. One of them is beginning to suspect, but I just keep denying it. Like, I love them both, and I'm not going to stop. I can't cheat.
Ooh, I guess they're best friends since they were kids for a reason. They must have a lot of similar qualities.
And you know what?
Exactly.
Sometimes you want chocolate, sometimes peanut butter. I get it.
Or sometimes you could mix them together and
like
have a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, you can tell.
I wish we could. I be thinking about that, but I'm scared because I know if they find out,
she's not playing.
Use my language.
So what does each give you? Like, tell me the best part about one and the best part about the other.
Oh, wow. The first one is the whole package. Like, he provides everything emotionally, financially, but he's boring. That's the only thing. Like, I know that's wrong, but it's like, he's so boring. Exactly. And the second one is just, like, really spicy. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't you wish we could just smush people together, make our own little Frankenstein?
Weird science. Soon we probably can.
Exactly, Sonia. I wish to God I could combine them.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How do they not talk to each other about this? Like, how are they keeping this a secret?
Now, that's the thing. One of them used to have a girlfriend when we first started dealing with each other. So
that helps.
I'm not sure if he's aware that I even used to deal with the other person. The other person is aware, like, that I used to talk to the guy because I met him first, but he doesn't know that we're still, or even intimate for like 2 years.
Now, here's a plot twist. They both know.
Maybe they know.
And you don't know they know.
And maybe the boring guy knows, like, look, I just can't be that interesting person.
Look,
and the other is like, I'm not the complete package.
They definitely don't know. The boring guy doesn't know because I mentioned his friend a couple weeks ago and he snapped out. Like, ew, like, you know. He had a bunch of negative stuff to say, and it was just like, man, so the possibility.
But here's
of us
my question to you. I mean, how do you find time to schedule both of them? There's only 7 days in the week.
Now, I don't trust this guy who dissed his friend.
Because one of them works overnight, so we make it happen when we make it happen. The other one I see whenever I get ready.
You have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I definitely do, but they're worth it.
We appreciate you for calling and sharing with us, but I don't trust that guy who would talk bad about his best friend from childhood.
Why?
Maybe he knows he's boring.
If the shoe was on the other foot, they would be doing it to me, and for all I know, they could be.
All right, justification. We love it. Thank you.
Have a good one, Lee.
You too.
That's going to hold up in court, right?
All right. Well, that was Tell Us a Secret. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. You know what we're doing, right, Somya? Diddy. Every day.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Every
the
day.
allegations just don't stop.
A new Diddy story. We'll get to it. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guest co-host, Somya Krishnamurthy.
What is up?
Music journalist, like a real journalist, okay? Let's get into some Yee tea. So, this man, Courtney Burgess, who's claiming that he has sex tapes from Diddy's parties and Kim Porter's real memoir, says he has been subpoenaed by a federal grand jury. Now, his attorney, Ariel Mitchell, and Courtney Burgess were leaving outside the federal courthouse. This is in Manhattan. And here's what he had to say about these flash drives and videotapes.
So it is Kim Porter's book, but not necessarily some of the stuff with the celebs that were mentioned.
It's hers. Nobody touched it.
Oh, so it is her official book.
Yes.
And no one touched it.
Nobody altered it. Nothing.
So it's not the copy that the gentleman said that he was selling before. No.
No.
It's two different copies. That one was edited, and we have the original copy.
All right. So, listen, the grand jury is now subpoenaing this witness. You're like, who is he?
Who is he? I mean, it's crazy because, first of all, who keeps a diary? Just, that's something from like the 1800s. But apparently she kept this alleged diary, and all these completely random men alleged to have possession of it. So I don't know. I mean, with these things, it's always allegations. Let's see how the evidence comes out. But I definitely have an eyebrow raised.
Okay. All right. Now, Diddy investigators have also interviewed male escorts about these freak-off parties. And they said they're all too happy to talk, according to a federal law enforcement source. We're asking them about their recollections of the freak-offs, what they were paid to do, who else was involved. And they said there were a lot of intricate details that people were able to remember. These guys were in their 20s at the time. They're now in their 40s, and they have aged out of that business. They talked about a lot of similar things, like drugs that were allegedly supplied. They were encouraged to take Viagra and Cialis before the parties. They were expected to perform and were told if they didn't perform, they'd be thrown out of the party and not paid.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder too if the prosecutors came to them and said, if you are an escort, technically you're engaging in sex work. So if you don't cooperate with us, we could charge you.
Well, these events were supposedly elaborate sex performances, and they said some of these people were forced to engage in frequent days-long sexual activities. So,
and that's the point. I think the being forced, right? What is
violence,
the line of
intimidation?
Consent? Yeah, because if someone went to a freak-off, they're an adult, they consented. I don't think anyone should have an issue with it. It's when people were forced, when they weren't able to consent. Like, those are the things I think we should be talking about.
And, you know, the Post has talked about this. They have more than 24 videos that they viewed of these sex parties, which appear to be footage. And they said in one video, it appears that Diddy himself took part in the action. And they said he's holding the camera while it appears he's engaging in sex with a woman. So they have
he was
to
the
identify.
director, he was the star, allegedly doing everything.
I think the other thing is maybe you go there thinking it's going to be one thing, and then if you're forced to stay for days and days at a time and doing things that you didn't intend to do, that's still, even if you are being paid to do something, but then it's like, oh no, I didn't sign up for all that, and then now you're forced to stay, that's different.
Yeah, and consent can be removed at any time. And the question becomes, if you were under the influence, intoxicated,
underage,
can you give
that's
consent?
another issue.
That's a big one.
Now, J-Lo, in the meantime, was recently doing an autograph signing session, and according to the Daily Mail, she walked away after being asked questions about her relationship with Diddy. A fan walked up and said, J-Lo, do you have any comments about Diddy and the allegations? And that's when she stopped signing the autograph, stormed out, and people were saying, don't leave, but she was out of there anyway.
Yeah, that's a no comment.
That person ruined it for everyone. What did you think she was going to say?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I think people hope to catch a celebrity just kind of, off the cuff, and maybe they'll say something. But JLo's a professional. She's done it for a long time.
I've never heard anybody say, I did it, But anyway.
Except OJ, that one book, yeah.
If I did it.
Yeah, yes, allegedly.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. It's Way Up.
Got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My girl Soumya Krishnamurthy's here with me, guest hosting.
What's up?
I know that's right. Make sure you get her book, by the way.
Yeah, Fashion Killer, How Hip Hop Revolutionized High Fashion, in stores now. Hardcover and paperback.
I know that's right.
Christmas is coming, all the holidays, everything.
And it's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
And well done.
Thank you.
So former President Donald Trump has sued CBS News. He says that the network's deceitful editing of a recent 60 Minutes interview with Vice President Kamala Harris misled the public and unfairly disadvantaged him. Now, CBS News released a statement saying those claims are completely without merit and that they intend to vigorously defend themselves against the lawsuit.
Good for them.
Listen, this is going to be interesting because today we do have special guests joining us today. And one of them is Dr. Yusef Salaam, who's one of the Exonerated 5.
Central Park 5, yeah.
From the Central Park 5, who Donald Trump went and did this debate and lied.
Defamed him, just up, down, left, right.
And said that they pleaded guilty and killed someone.
Yeah.
And both of those statements are false.
Oh, the lawsuit's coming.
Yeah, that defamation lawsuit is there. But according to the network statement, they said former President Trump's repeated claims against 60 Minutes are false. The interview was not doctored. And so that's not even true, is what they are arguing against him. Now, he has lost prior defamation lawsuits, by the way, against CNN, the Washington Post, and the New York Times. And, everybody's talking about this Stop the Steal movement, where Donald Trump is already gearing up for people to believe that when he loses the election,
fingers crossed, yes.
Right, that it's going to be fraudulent voting, and we see ballot boxes being sent out. There's going to be questions, and so just be prepared for all of that, because Tuesday, again, is the last day for voting, period.
Yeah.
That's
and I think
election
when
day.
everything that's is against you becomes fake news, it's very easy to go down this slippery slope.
You said that you're going to actually vote on election day on the 5th.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to go to New York, wait in the line, get my I voted sticker, take a selfie. It's like a whole thing. I'm excited.
And I'm definitely voting this weekend. I don't want to even wait. Well, Tuesday I have to work all day and night.
So,
I'm definitely voting early this weekend because I don't want to have to risk anything. But again, like I said earlier, we have a great show for you guys today. It's a New Music Friday, so get ready for some new music today. We also have Jasiri X joining us. He is a hip-hop artist, but he's also an activist, and he'll be with Dr. Yusef Salaam from the Exonerated 5, who's a council member also.
It's going to be a great conversation.
They have this hip-hop political education summit with Breakbeat. It's called They Not Like Us, a summit on black and brown men and the vote. So we will discuss that today, all right? But in the meantime, get ready for the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Let's go.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My girl Soumya Krishnamurthy's here with me today.
What up?
Guest hosting on a New Music Friday.
Yes.
And let's talk about Tyler, the Creator. Now, his album, Chromacopia, is forecast to be over $250,000 for a partial week. So that's going to be a #1 debut.
Big album. Yeah, 250,000 units. Yeah.
Some people are not happy about it. And by some people, I mean the Swifties are upset. And apparently, they are bringing up some of his old lyrics, like the song Tron Cat from when Tyler, the Creator, was 20 years old. They said Swifties could also be mad at the lyrics from Fish, from the same Goblin album, where he actually references Taylor Swift. And he posted online, he said, I got Swifties all mad at me with their racist A. Oh, we have that audio? Okay, here he is.
I got Swifties all mad at me with their racist ass. Bringing up old lyrics. Just go listen to Tron Cat. I don't give a f. They gonna bring out the old me.
They gonna bring out the old him. What do you think about old lyrics from when he was, being brought up? I mean, they do that to Eminem all the time.
They do it to everyone.
Yeah.
And the thing about Tyler, like, he was known for being problematic, like homophobic, the racism, sexism, like that's just what he was known for. And that's not where he is at this stage in his career. So it's like, why go bring up old history?
Right. And I don't think he cares right now.
He really doesn't care. He has a #1 album, but the Swifties are very powerful. So you may not want to, poke that bear.
All right. Well, speaking of people being powerful, by the way, according to Billboard, Beyonce's record sales have hit 350 million.
Wow.
That's huge. Yeah, they're saying the best-selling black female artist of all time, highest grossing. I mean, 350 million. So.
Makes sense. And she's one of the few artists that, in this day and age where people kind of treat music as disposable, her albums are still an event.
All right, now let's discuss Vice President Kamala Harris. She's going to be in Milwaukee today. I was just there, by the way, for Sister Strut, a breast cancer walk, breast cancer awareness.
Absolutely.
And she is going to have a lineup of people, including
heavy hitters.
Cardi B, Glorilla, Flo Milli, MC Lyte, the Isley Brothers, DJ
That's like
Gemini.
a song that should just be made, right? That literally that lineup. I would listen to that record.
This is amazing. I kind of want to go to this rally.
I do love the Isley Brothers, yeah.
What about Glorilla?
Yeah, that's a given. But I'm also, when Ron Isley shows up, I gotta
What's
be
your
there.
favorite Isley Brothers song?
Ooh, maybe Summer Breeze is a good one.
Makes me feel good. Hey, I like that.
That's a good one.
What else do I like? Footsteps in the Dark.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh. All right, good. We need to be there. Snoop Dogg has expanded his Snoop on the Stoop Spencer's Gifts holiday collection. I love this for him. So you can see his new merchandise.
If it can be sold, Snoop is going to sell it.
And it will sell.
And it will sell.
I was looking at these ads for The Voice and everything. I'm like, Snoop Dogg is not a game when it comes to that.
No.
I would actually get one of these sweaters because we do the ugly Christmas sweaters.
I like it.
For the holidays with my family.
Nice
and
little
also,
stocking stuffer.
shout out to my girl, Miss Pat. Her show has been renewed for season 5 at BET+. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, like we said, it's a Friday, so let's get ready for some New Music Fridays. We'll talk about what is available today. What are you listening to? Here's some Fugees. Let's throw it back. Ready or not, it's way up.
Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and my girl Soumya Krishnamurthy is here with us today, guest hosting.
Hey.
And it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Any question you have, we are here to help you out.
Yes.
We got Drew on the line. What's goody, Drew?
Hey, Drew.
How's it going?
I'm good.
Amazing.
How are you?
How are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm happy to be alive. I feel blessed.
Okay. I
Love
like
it.
that. Every day we should feel that way.
Love it.
So what's your question for Ask Yee?
I recently just moved to New York, like a month ago, maybe.
Welcome. From where?
I moved from Minneapolis.
Okay.
So, as somebody who's navigating a new city, that being Brooklyn, how do I go about finding like-minded people, like people that are similar to me?
Do you really only want to be friends with people similar to you?
For my career, I feel like building a community is the best way to advance. So
What's your
what I'm kinda
career,
looking
Drew?
at. I'm a fashion stylist.
Oh, okay. Fashion Killer.
Okay.
Well, Soumya has a book called Fashion Killer that's out right now.
Yes,
That's all
you
about
can pick
fashion.
that up,
and
join a book club, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the fashion world is strong in Brooklyn. I want to say that. And so I think there's a lot of art exhibits and there's art galleries. You know, check out Richard Beaver. He has one in Bed-Stuy and in Soho. But just kind of trying to figure out those types of events. There's events I feel like all the time.
Yeah, and I think one thing about New York, because I know moving here and not knowing anyone, don't be afraid to go to things by yourself.
Yep.
If you see someone cool at an event, talk to them. But also, you know what? Meetup.com. Like, I will not lie. I have used Meetup. I've met people to play cards with. I've met people to be
I like that.
in walking clubs with. Like, one cool thing about New York, like, nobody cares. There's no judgment. So do whatever you want, Drew. Like, don't ever feel that you don't have a community, because it is out there just for you to find it.
Thank you.
There's so many fun things that you could go to, and don't put a lot of pressure. Like, go out to just not have the expectations that I have to meet people in my, like-minded. Just go out, and you never know who these people might be. I think the intention of going out is just to kind of get situated in a new place and learn to enjoy yourself and get yourself like some local spots. I think that helps too. When you go to a restaurant, if you go by yourself, sit at the bar.
Always.
Don't
Talk
get
to
a
the
table.
waiter. Yeah. And don't feel bad. Like, I think what you're going through, Drew, all of us went through, and especially after the pandemic, a lot of us are still going through that. Like, we're constantly figuring out our friends, our social circle. It keeps changing in New York. So just know that you will find your tribe and your people.
Thank you so much.
All right, Drew.
You're welcome.
Drew, I hope I see you out.
You absolutely will.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you
Don't
for
be a
calling.
stranger.
Good luck.
All right.
All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. That was positive.
That was great.
It made me want to go out.
Yeah, I need some friends.
800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, that's the number for Ask Ye. And when we come back, we have Dr. Yusef Salaam, who's also a council member here in New York, and Jasiri X joining us. And we'll be talking about a summit on Black and brown men and the vote, They Not Like Us, the Hip Hop Political Education Summit. Voting, the deadline is on Tuesday,
So
and we
important.
have a lot of conversations around that. It's Way Up.
Yeah, what's happening? You wanna know my name? Way Up with Angela Yee. Turn me on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we have two very special guests here with me today as we are getting ready for Election Day on November 5th on Tuesday, right? And that's the last day to vote. You can still vote early. We just want to make sure we stress that. But Dr. Yusef Salaam is here, and Jasiri X is here with us today, and we are talking about They Not Like Us, a summit on Black and brown men and the vote.
Yes.
Okay, we were just talking about being inside the plan. I would love for you to say what you said to make a young woman who's never voted before decide to go out and vote.
So we had this summit on Tuesday in Pittsburgh, and so we had a young woman ask a question, and really what the young woman was saying was she grew up in a very religious household and was told as a young person the separation of church and state, like we don't do anything for the government, we just do stuff for God. So she had never voted. And so she was asking, like, what do you say to somebody like me? And Dr. Yusef Salaam talked about how we're inside of this plan. Do you want to break down what you said?
Like, I used to say the system is broken. I used to say racism is alive and well. And then my elders had to remind me, no, the system is not broken. It's operating exactly as it was designed in the minds of the people that created it. And so what I was trying to get at was the fact that we are right now inside of someone else's plan. And that plan is not like, okay, we got a plan for them. They got a plan for us that literally supersedes our lifetimes. And if we're not planning in opposition, but also in positivity for ourselves, then we fall victim in the worst way. We want change now.
Yeah.
But the change that happens now is the fact that you do something, you live your life on purpose and with a purpose.
And Dr. Yusef Salaam, you are one of the Exonerated 5.
Yes.
Oh, man. And it's such a pleasure to have you up here today. And I see that you are now suing Donald Trump for defamation, rightfully so, because he just says things that aren't even factually correct.
Yeah.
Decades later, after taking out that huge ad, calling for the death penalty, at the time for the quote unquote Central Park 5, he still cannot to this day admit that what he did was wrong or even apologize. But then he also said that you all pled guilty and killed someone.
That's right.
Which is not even true.
Didn't even happen.
Yeah, didn't happen.
So just for everybody
Both
listening,
parts.
because just give us a quick rundown.
The Exonerated 5, our good names have been smeared. He said during the presidential debate that we pled guilty and that we killed the person. When you put those types of things out in the world, like when he put that ad in New York City's newspapers 35 years ago, That wasn't just, oh, you know what, I just want to pay $85,000 to run an ad. That was a whisper into the darkest places of society for them to do to us what they did to Emmett Till. They were hoping that we would be murdered.
Right.
Because we were accused of something. So they looked at the color of our skin and said, nah, these guys are guilty. You think about that in the context of American law and how overwhelmingly we make up the prison industrial complex.
Sure.
The whole strategy, of course, as well, is one, to have us so jaded by the process we don't even want to participate. Because imagine if the disenfranchised community gets an opportunity to participate on a high level again. Right. Game over. And we got to be able to look at this thing right now. That's why I'm telling people, you can't vote in any presidential election or any local election and think it's about just that time frame. We are talking about what is the future like. How do we push ourselves not just into the next 4 years, but way beyond that? What am I going to leave my children's children?
All right, Jasiri X is here. Dr. Yusef Salaam is here. We have more with them when we come back. We're talking about voting. Don't forget, Tuesday is the deadline, your last opportunity to vote. We have more when we come back. It's Way Up.
Yeah, let's go.
Turn me up. Here we go again.
This is Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we have Jasiri X in the building and Dr. Yusef Salaam in the building. He's part of the Exonerated 5. They Not Like Us, a summit on black and brown men and the vote. We've seen a lot of support for Donald Trump from the hip-hop community. But after what he said about Puerto Rico,
right,
you know, now people are like, nope, we're not supporting that.
Right. And one of the dope things about the summit that we had that's actually going to be on Breakbeat Media's on YouTube November 1st is Fat Joe was there. And Fat Joe not only spoke about, you know, what happened in Madison Square Garden, specifically racist comments directed towards Puerto Rico. He also spoke about like how they had hit him up and was like, Fat Joe, we need you to get Bad Bunny. And he was like, I really don't know Bad Bunny. He was like, God brought Bad Bunny.
Right.
Because of this commentary. I honestly think if you're anybody like black and brown and you're voting for Donald Trump, either you're somebody that there's a financial benefit for you to stand next to Donald Trump, and you understand that, like, yo, in this moment, you know, this kind of white supremacist model is beneficial for me to be that one black person that they roll out to be the black face of white supremacy, or you're a victim of misinformation. And I really feel like many of these hip hop artists are victims of the algorithm and misinformation being directed. I mean, if you're in 2024 now and you're saying Kamala Harris ain't black, like that's not a fact. So you're a victim of misinformation. What are you listening to? What's your algorithm? Bun B was like, I think my generation is the least savvy when it comes to social media. And so you have some older brothers that are getting these things sent to them on social media and believe in it.
Right now, I'm talking to Dr. Yusef Salaam from the Exonerated 5 and Jasiri X, hip-hop artist who's also an activist. Well, I want to also say, even with Elon Musk owning Twitter, I feel like, I'm like, why is all this stuff showing up on my feed, like in support of Donald Trump and denouncing Kamala Harris? And so I feel like things are being fed to us on that particular...
Absolutely. And now Elon Musk has to go to Philadelphia because the DA of Philadelphia sued Elon Musk because Elon Musk was trying to give $1 million a day to people that signed this petition. But if you say, the minute you say you have to be a registered voter to sign this petition, you're basically that's election interference. You're making that so now I have to go register to vote to get access to this potential $1 million. And so now he's getting sued. He got to show up in Pennsylvania and defend that. But you're absolutely right. They said that Elon Musk had millions of dollars of ads on Facebook and that these ads appeared to be in support of Kamala Harris but was not. And Facebook said, oh, this didn't violate our policy. And so this goes back to that piece, and I know it's been said a lot during this election season, but if your vote didn't matter, why are billionaires like Elon Musk spending hundreds of millions of dollars to try to convince you either not to vote or to vote against your own self-interest? Clearly it's because your vote means something.
All right. Now, normally when we come back, we would have the last word, but instead we have to talk more because elections are on Tuesday, election day. We've been talking about misinformation. We've been trying to give you real information. So we have more with Dr. Yusef Salaam and Jasiri X when we come back. It's Way Up.
It's what y'all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. Normally we would have the last word here, but the last word is so important when it comes to voting. So we still have more with Dr. Yusef Salaam, part of the Exonerated 5, and Jasiri X. And lastly, I want to ask you, Dr. Yusef Salaam, how personal is this for you? Because of your own experience of having to have dealt with, from a very young age, the hatred from Donald Trump.
This is perhaps the fight of my lifetime. I've been fighting against Donald Trump for 35 years, going on 36 years now. Right after the presidential debate, he came down to the spin room floor. I was there, and I tried to engage him. And I said, I'm Yusef Salaam, one of the Exonerated 5. He caught wind of me. He turned around, and you know what he said? Oh, you're with me. No, I'm not with you.
He needs a competition.
I'm one of the Exonerated 5.
Right.
Like, how could I be with you?
He might not know what exonerated means.
Well, yes, right. But see, the thing about it is this. Here's a person who's had me in his crosshairs. Mm-hmm. At 15 years of age, I had to learn how to be strong. All of my brothers had to. And the truth of the matter is that because of that experience, I look at it as a gift from God. Being able to say, you know what? I have to be able to speak truth to power. I don't know what's going to happen later, but guess what? We are now in the future of myself. At 15, 35 years later, being a person who was rejected, then selected, and now elected to govern inside of city council for the same district that they took us from. Nobody would be mad and say, you know what? We understand if you don't want to run. But I had to come back to the scene of the crime to let us know how we have to fight, because we got to fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't just be in a situation where we say, damn, that's messed up that happened to him. You look around. We represent the microcosm of the macrocosm of cases just like ours. There's so many untold stories.
Right.
Ours went from being infamous to famous, and I've been fighting against him as the representative of white supremacy, white male dominance, of evil. I've been fighting against him and what he represents for 35 years.
Yes.
That's what this is about.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad you guys came here today to sit with us. Again, voting, Election Day is on November 5th. It's on Tuesday. It is your last opportunity to vote. Please, guys, make sure you participate in this and do the right thing.
Non-participation is participation.
Right.
And if I could just say, if you want information, on November 1st, a summit on Black and Brown Men in the Vote will be airing on Breakbeat Media on YouTube. Viola Davis, Fat Joe, Corday, Bun B, Yusef Salaam, Desmond Meade, who
Method Man and Red Man,
Meth Red, Lupe, Common. Listen to what these black and brown men and black women got to say.
You know who else
was
powerful?
There, who?
That brother Jasiri X.
Oh yeah, I was there too.
They not like us. It's Summit on Black and Brown Men and the Vote. Make sure y'all check it out on Breakbeat and on YouTube. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. Also, thank you to Soumya Krishnamurthy for joining me today.
Thank you.
Make sure you get her book, Fashion Killer.
Fashion Killer, How Hip Hop Revolutionized High Fashion, is out now.
Right, and it's a great holiday stocking stuffer.
Buy one for you, a friend, an enemy, whoever.
All right, you guys be safe this weekend, and we will see you on Monday. It's Way Up.